Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the Last Night's Truck League. Here we are, Season 1, round number 6 at Texas Motor Speedway. Boy, I tell you, time flies when you're having fun. It seems like we were just with them at New Hampshire, and here we are again now at this 1.46 mile facility, and getting ready for 90 laps of action here tonight. And as always, thank you for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you'll know each time we go live. And got a pretty good night out here for racing. The air temperature is only 68 degrees. Winds are a bit gusty at 8 miles an hour. Truck temperatures around 83 degrees. Not too bad at all. And I think they're getting ready to wrap up practice here. And so we'll be getting ready to roll over into the qualifying session. Yeah, about 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds to go here in practice. And we'll be, the cars will be taken to qualifying here very shortly. There's AJ Green. Let's see where he's at in the standing right now. Currently, he's the fastest with a 29.315. We'll see if he can keep that going during qualifying. Yeah, I think he's getting ready to pull into the pits. Checkered flag is out for the practice session. And we're getting ready to roll on into the qualifying session here. Now they have single car qualifying. They're all on the track at the same time, but we can only see one car at a time. And but we'll go ahead and put up the board here so that you can see. Okay, nice picture there for AJ. Where did he get that from? Okay, there's AJ getting ready to take to the track here. Let's see what he does here. There are probably other cars on track or trucks on track. We just can't see them because we can only view one at a time. So you will be seeing other times come up on the board as AJ puts down his qualifying laps. Going around getting up to speed here. And now he's starting his first time lap. And the clock is running. Taking his way down the backstretch. Mike Simon's already put down one lap here. He's got a best time there of 29.656. And he just got bumped by AJ Green with a 29.568, currently on the pole. So Kevin Mahoney Jr., he's second fastest at the moment, 29.656. See, there's the 12 car Ryan Ferraro. He's got a time. He's currently fourth fastest. Looks like he just got bumped down to fifth fastest. And he's continuing to fall. Some more. Oh, got a new pole sitter at the moment, Kevin Mahoney Jr. with that 29.528. See, there's Michael Pempere. He's 11th fastest. And looks like we show him about 18 trucks in the field. And everybody now, I think qualifying is voluntary. And I'm not sure if anybody else is coming out. And there's Adam Elshire. He's not on track. Looks like he's finished. And did he? I'm sorry. Did he? I don't even think he posted a time. It doesn't look like he posted a time at all. So, like I said, some folks are probably just opting not to put a time. There's Seba Corns, currently 11th fastest, trying to improve on that 29.804. Coming down to the line. Let's see what he gets here. Does he improve? And improves his time, but not his position. Actually, I'm sorry, he didn't improve his time. It was slightly slower. 29.846. Here's David Bonnet. He's currently 15th fastest, trying to move up from that 15th spot. Let's see if he moved up here. Yes, he did, up to 7th, 29.723. Nice pickup there. And that may be, let's see, we're showing 16 times on the board. Adam Ailshire, he's still sitting there, and Brian Kozad, don't even see him. Not sure where he is. I don't know if he's going to try to do a time or not. They have less than a minute to go now, so I'm guessing probably not. But we'll let the clock tick on down anyway. And as always, you know, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors here: Midwest Motor Customs, Butt Kicker, Monster Tech, and McConey Setup Shop for their support. Less than 30 seconds to go, and we will be gridding up, and cars will be coming out on the pit road and get ready to line up. And 3, 2, 1, and checkered flag is in the air. We're done with qualifying. So now we'll roll over to the race session. Guys, they're already starting to enter the track here. Lining up behind the pace car. And as they're lining up, let's go ahead and take a look at that starting grid. On the pole, Kevin Mahoney Jr., AJ Green starting second, Greg Moore third, Dakota Moniz starting fourth position. In fifth, we have Mike Simon. Ryan Ferraro, sixth position. David Bonnet, seventh. Sean McLaughlin in the eighth spot. Gerald Space, ninth. Travis Eccles rounds out the top 10. Then we have Stevie Wood, 11th. Seba Corns in that 12th position. Starting 13th, we have Jad Khalif, that's the league owner. And 14th, Gary Armijo. 15th, Michael Pimpere. Christopher Budd starts 16th. And Brian Kozad, he didn't put up a time. He'll start 17th along with Adam Ailshire in the 18th position. Laps in store for us this evening. Waiting for that clock. There's I believe it's like a sort of a 2-minute countdown clock that gives folks time to double check their settings that they want to do. It's a fixed setup, but there's still some little things that you can adjust, you know, with wheel settings, or there are actually some 1 or 2 little open settings to the setup, steering ratio, and things of that nature, and that you can tweak the setup just a little bit to suit your driving style. And looks like everybody's just about lined up now, and their pace car is off and running here. And the field takes off. Kevin Mahoney Jr. leads them behind the pace car. All 18 trucks in the server are able to get going. That's always great to see. You know, sometimes you also even have to worry about, you know, connection issues, you know, with online racing, and there's other little nasty little things that can happen on track, such as netcode, and hope we don't see any of that. And if we do, for those of you who may not be familiar with it, and hope we don't have to give you a demonstration. Hopefully no one will give you that chance to see a demonstration of that in action. But you know, if it does, you know, we'll catch it on the instant replay. Okay, they're making their way out of turn 4. Pace car is getting ready to pull in, and we're getting ready for 90 laps of action. Pace car is in, waiting for that green flag.
Green flag.
We got the green flag racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Boy, Mahoney Jr., he got a nice little jump there. I think he caught AJ sleeping at the switch there. Boy, he put that right foot down and he's gone. And this isn't Daytona or Talladega, so, you know, I'm not sure how much the draft would really play, have an effect here. Oh no, AJ spinning, AJ Green. That's going to bring out a caution. Wow, I can't remember the last time I saw him spin. Got a little damage there, right rear damage on that 07 truck. Damage on the front as well. Oh boy, I bet you he didn't expect that either. Caution here on starting lap number 2. An unexpected spin by AJ Green. He's still rolling though. He's caught up to the field, and whether or not he'll use a faster pair or not, looks like you know, they're getting sorted out now. They have, you know, they have 2 attempts at a green-white checker at the end of the race. If it would come to that, they have 2 faster pairs to work with, and they also have 2 sets of tires. That's 2 additional sets of tires in addition to the set that they start out with. And I think I saw a couple of folks come on pit road. There's Dakota Moniz. He's making his way down. Of course, AJ Green, he's coming as well. He might burn one of his faster pairs. And yeah, that truck is banged up quite a bit. He's probably going to, I'm thinking he's going to probably burn a faster pair here when he gets down to his pit stall. And yeah, it looks like he did. Got her back to brand new, and he's on his way back out. Dakota, he's still sitting there on pit road, and not sure what's going on there. Now he might have, because might have had to do something, adjust something on his wheel, or I don't think he had any damage. He's not showing him involved in anything. The truck looks okay, so he might have just been making some minor adjustments before they get going once again. Kevin Mahoney Jr. is still your leader. Across the line under caution now to start lap number 4. And you can hear him shutting that car down, that truck down, just a little bit to everything to save fuel. Now they're already under pace lap, so they're going a lot slower. He's either turning the engine off or just pressing the clutch in just to drop those RPMs down to nothing. All the little tricks that guys can do to try to, you know, to save fuel. And some, you know, a lot of times folks will even do that even while they're racing. And in the turns, you know, you'll hear them drop the car out of gear and drop those RPMs down and, you know, save as much fuel as possible. If you do it enough, gain an extra lap, you know, or so, if it really comes down to it. Now they're getting ready. Somebody's down there at the back. I think that's Dakota. He's trying to catch up with the field now. They're making their way, close to making their way out of turn 4. I think he'll get there before they go green. Pace car is coming off. There comes Dakota. See him coming in, and the green flag is back out, and we're racing once again. And once again, Kevin Mahoney gets a fairly decent jump on the field. Greg Moore is there in second position. He's battling with the 27 of Mike Simon. Simon noses ahead of the 10 truck into the second position. Racing here on lap 5 of 90. A little further back, boy, they're scrambling for position back here. There's the 12 of Dakota, so the 12 of Ryan Ferraro there, and Seba Corns in the 15 truck. Corns is going to get around the 12. Look at the 46 of Sean McLaughlin trying to make his way through. Now up to the 6th position. He's got Ferraro right on his tail. Mahoney he got a good jump, but now they're starting to catch up with him, particularly Mike Simon. Simon taking a look down on the inside as they start lap 7, going into turn 1 there. He's going for that lead right now, and he wants it. I think he's going to get it. Coming off a 2 down the backstretch. Give it to Mike Simon. Mahoney is right there, sticking right with him. It'll be interesting to see how well their tires hold up. There's David Bonnet in the 3rd spot there. And, he's got a couple of tenths second on Greg Moore and back and forth. The 2 leaders are still mixing it up there. Mahoney's sticking close to Simon. It's like I was about to say, it'll be interesting to see where the tire fall off is, how many laps they can go before these tires will start to wear down. I would think the truck might start to pick up a little bit of a push. Mahoney Jr. on the inside, drag race down the backstretch. He's going to try to make a move for that lead position going into 3. Simon's going to give it to him. That may be a strategic move, folks. Not going to battle too hard for that lead right now. He might have got up there to get a bonus point for leading a lap. Make sure he got that under his belt. And now, a little bit of connection issue there for Kevin Mahoney Jr. Boy, as a race car driver, that is something you really don't want to see. That car disappear, a car or truck, whatever the vehicle is, disappear in front of you as you're racing. And that's just one more thing that you almost have to mentally keep track of when that happens. Sometimes guys can blink really bad, and have to mentally try to remember where they were the last time you saw them. Doesn't look like he blinked that one time. Looks like he might be okay. Bonnet there. He's starting to sneak in up on these 2 guys. Looks like he's bringing Greg Moore with him. They've started to separate themselves from the rest of the field. And there, your top 4 right there. Ryan Ferraro, he's leading the rest of the pack. Back in the 5th spot, he's got Sean McLaughlin there right on his tail. Further back, there's Travis Echols in the 8th spot. He's chasing Cedar Corns. Gerald Space right behind him in that 8 machine. And further back, there's A.J. Green. Had that spin. He's back up and running, of course. He's a faster pair, but now he's back there rounding out the top 10. He's got a nice little gap between him and Jad Khalif running in the 11th position. And Christopher Budd is back there. He's got a whole slew of trucks behind him. Boy, they're really mixing things up back here. There's Dakota Moniz. A lot of action going on. In fact, we had a lead change. Mike Simon's back to the front. Bonnet's in the 2nd. Mahoney Jr., boy, he's going wide there. He's starting to fall back. He's now back to 4th position. Look at Greg Moore all over the back of the 75 of David Bonnet. I'm sorry, the 27 of Mike Simon. He gets past Simon, moving in on David Bonnet now for that lead position. And Mahoney Jr., he's back up to 3rd there. Now, he might have just got out of shape in a turn and lost some momentum. He's right back up the front once again. And both him and Moore are going to go underneath the 75, David Bonnet. They will stay. They're 1-2 now. There's the 27 of Mike Simon. He moves past the 75. Look here. Here comes the 45 of Sean McLaughlin. He's going to move into 4th, trying to stay in touch with those lead trucks. And it almost looks like the entire field, let's look at the wide shot of this, the whole field is really starting to tighten up here. There's Sean McLaughlin, there's Seba Corns back there running in the 6th spot. Ryan Ferraro right behind him. Then you have Travis Eccles, who's not too far back. There's a little bit of a gap there back to Gerald Space. That's the white truck back there to the right of the screen there. And A.J. Green, there's a bit of a gap now. A.J. Green's way back there in 10th, and several more trucks further back, like it's another entire group back there with Dakota Moniz. His group is back there. I don't know what happened to Christopher Budge. He must have spun or something, and he came back on track, but he's still running. Kevin Mahoney Jr., he's back up to the lead. And boy, they're really battling for that lead position like it's 5 to go. Simon taking a look down on the inside. Didn't quite get the run this time that he had before. We'll see if he can pick it up here if we come down to the line. Yes, no, not quite. Not quite in position to get around the 66. And boy, it is going to be so interesting to see how far they can keep pushing these tires. As hard as they're battling, there's McLaughlin. Seba Corns is getting up there as well, the 15 truck. Corns right in the mix now with the leaders. Now 20 laps in the books, 60 laps to go. Well, Mahoney Jr., he went high again. Sometimes he gets on that outside line and ends up taking a really high line, probably not on purpose, but it really cost him positions. He's now back in the 6th spot. Might have got up into the marbles and got a little bit loose, had to gather it up. There's Bonnet right behind him, trying to challenge him for that 6th spot. He might lose that. There's Dave Bonnet, he's going to drive under the 66. See the points, and now your leader. Man, they are battling fierce here at Texas Motor Speedway. Corns now your leader. Ryan Ferraro is in 2nd position with Greg Moore 3rd. He's trying to hold on to it. Sean McLaughlin is challenging hard for that 3rd position. And it seems like every time somebody passes somebody else, then the guys that got passed, they gather up another head of steam and they just come charging right back. Texas is a super fast, super wide D-oval. A lot of opportunity. Oh, who was that? That was Ryan Ferraro, got a little out of shape. And everybody did a great job. They checked up a little bit, gave him room to gather that truck up, and they continue under green. Boy, that was some good reflexes by all the guys in that vicinity of that 12 truck. It happened so quick, I didn't see if anybody got into him. Now, he might have just got a little loose. Now he's running back in the 6th spot. Makes you wonder now, are the tires starting to go away just a little bit? They've got 24 laps on them now. Greg Moore right there in that 2nd position. He's tucking in behind the 15. Now he's going to step out as they go into turn 3. Slingshot pass coming out of 4. He's going to come down to lead starting lap 25 here. Corns right there with him. They're starting to open up a little bit of gap between them and Sean McLaughlin. McLaughlin there in 3rd. He's got a little bit of a gap between him and the 75 of David Bonnet. Bonnet's like a little 2/10 of a second behind McLaughlin. Fast-paced action here tonight with the last night's trucks. You see them starting to kind of break away. There's some big gaps laps starting to form after fifth place on that until we get to some of the other groups there. And in the track map, there actually is now it seems like they're starting to consolidate into two clusters of trucks. You got the first pack, and the second pack is still a little spread out, but Ryan Ferraro continues to lead that second group. He's got Gerald Space right there in front of him. It looked like on the track man, it looked like he was leading, but he's so close. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong truck here. We want to look back at 12th spot. That's Dakota Moniz. That's the one who's leading the second group of trucks. And as you can see, they are spread out a little bit. Quite a bit of gap between him. And then you have Brian Kozad running 13. And you have Mike Pimpea. There's, I believe now, iRacing is still showing his name as Steve Wood. I thought that was going to be replaced because he's going by Steven now, I believe, and we'll have to check on that and get that fixed for him there. Greg Moore is now up to the point in the 10 truck. Got a couple of tenths of a second on the 75 of Dave Bonnet. Bonnet trying to hang in there with the 10 truck. Boy, look behind them, see the horns. Sean McLaughlin, Kevin Mahoney Jr., boy, they're all battling hard for that fourth position. Right now, Sean McLaughlin, he's in third. I guess you could say McLaughlin and Horns are battling for that fourth spot. Horns has it. McLaughlin right there on the high side. Trying to see if he can get around the 15. That hot line's not quite working as much. There he is right there. Oh boy, we got some green flag pit stops coming up very quickly. Boy, they all slammed on the brakes. Boy, that was quick. Simon, he had to slam on the binders to keep from running into the back of Bonnet. Several guys coming in. Okay, they won about 30 laps, 31 laps there. Greg Moore, let's see, Greg Moore, he's on pit road. Mike Simon's on pit road. AJ Green is on pit road. We have David Bonnet, Sean McLaughlin, Gerald Space, and Gary Armijo. Oh, and Gary, he overshot his pit stall a little bit. The other leaders, they're making their way back out. Here comes Christopher Budd. He's coming on in for his stop. Adam Elshire is also coming in the 11 truck. And Mahoney, he stayed out. Him, Seabacorn, Ryan Ferraro, Travis Eccles, and Dakota Moniz, he's still out too. He'd already stopped a couple of times. Last time he came in was on lap 3. Ryan Ferraro, he's making his way in now. Yeah, things start getting a little dicey when you're doing these green flag pit stops. You're not exactly sure where you're going to end up at. A lot of it's in the hands of the pit crew then as well. Got to come down and make a nice stop on pit road. And it looks like he just about got in his spot there okay. Mahoney's still out, still racing. And the field isn't going to, that's going to be interesting because, let's see. Laughlin, he's in 10th place. He's a lap down. Bonnet, Green, Simon, they're all a lap down. So whenever Mahoney does pit, you know, they're going to cycle around. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out at. And obviously you lose a lap in the you do a green flag pit stop. You are going to lose probably at least one lap. So now they were all racing there really close together. Let's look back at AJ Green and them. They're still spaced out a bit. Oh, here we go. Mahoney's coming in, followed by Seba Corns. Travis Eccles, he stays out now. He inherits the lead. I think that's Bud's. I'm sorry, Gary Armiza's right behind him. Some more lap cars. Eccles is now your leader. Mahoney, he's on pit road. There's Seba Corns, Jad Khalifa, Michael Pimpare, he's coming in. So everybody has pitted now that Michael's in, except for Travis Eccles and Stevie Wood. There's Eccles. Now he's coming in just as we say that. Here he relinquishes the lead. Now Stevie Wood is also coming in. So as they come in, that is going to cycle around. Greg Moore is going to once again. They're going down the backstretch at the moment. They're showing the third, but they're closing in on the two lead trucks that are in their pit stalls or on their way to their pit stalls. Greg Moore, he's going to just like that and bump him back up to the top of the line there. Sean McLaughlin right on his tail. Dave Bonnet back in third, got a little work to do to catch up with the 10 and the 46. AJ Green's a little further back. He's got the majority of the gang back there with him. Mahoney Jr. right behind him, and then receive a point. Oh, got together with the, who was that? That was the 09 of Gary Armijo. Almost had a little coming together there. He's not on the lead lap. He's showing one lap down. He would be the lucky dog if a caution came out. Bonnet starting to move in a little bit here on the lead cars there. Then you got a lap car up there in front of him as well. It's Greg Moore. He's got Michael Pimpare in that 13 truck. He's 7 seconds down the road, actually. Moore trying to hold on to that lead. McLaughlin is right there. Bonnet is also caught up with him as well. And then here comes the 66 of Kevin Mahoney. Stevie Wood is right in front of him, but he's not on the lead lap. That's Wood there in that yellow color truck there. Wood is showing, also showing one lap down as well. I think Mahoney Jr. is going to get ready to climb on the field as he tries to close in on the lead cars, the lead trucks. And we're on lap 41 of 90. Boy, this race is flying by. We're less than 5 laps from the halfway point. Oh my God, look at that. He's trying to squeeze down underneath the 75 of Dave Bonnet. He does find some room for that number 66 truck there. Moves into the third position. Man, I think they're going to go like this all the way to the checkered flag. There's Mahoney taking a look on the inside of the 46. Sean McLaughlin, he's going to get ahead of McLaughlin there as he closes in on Greg Moore once again. He has definitely got the line right now in the speed with the freshness of those tires. And look at everybody else. Oh boy, Dave Bonnet just did touch that apron a little bit. Seba Corn's right behind him. They got to be careful with that, man. That could just end up badly for the guys right there together. Somebody gets too much of that apron. Fierce battle going on here. Bonnet looks like he had to get out of it just a little bit. Try to gather it up and see if he can catch back up to the 15 truck. Mahoney Jr. continues to lead. Greg Moore is trying to hang in there in that second spot. There's Sean McLaughlin in the 46. Starting to get more pressure from the 15 to Seba Corns. Man, some great racing going on here tonight. Boy, that was close. Did he almost touch the right rear of that that 46 truck, it was really close. Horns is going to make the move on the inside of McLaughlin and pick up the third spot. McLaughlin back to fourth. It seems like everybody, when they get a position, hey, wait a lap, because it definitely could change. There's Dave Bonnet. He's right there behind McLaughlin. Close enough to remain a threat. Greg Moore continues to try to move in on Mahoney Jr. Now Mahoney, he did stay out a little further. Both him and Cedar Points pitted on lap 35. Moore pitted on lap 30, so it'll be interesting to see if you can hold that that cycle there and maybe outlast the lead trucks right when it matters the most. They're going to probably have to stop at least one more time. If they all change tires, then they'll have one more set of tires to play with. They'll probably want to push those to the end of the race. We've seen, even if you're get a few spots back from the lead, you know, these guys, boy, they just race right up there. A lot of performance on those fresh tires. Mahoney Jr., he's kind of trying to open up a lead here. Wow, 0.6 of a second on second place, Greg Moore. He's trying to check out here, folks. He knows that he can, he has shown that he was capable of going further than the rest of the field on that last stint before he came in to get fresh tires. And now I think he's trying to set himself up for the end of this race, try to have as much of a gap as possible. You see those guys come in the pit. To me, I mean, if it were me, the minute he see like the second or third place car come in the pit, I would pit the very next lap to maximize that gap, because once those guys behind him have those fresh tires, no matter how far ahead he is, they're going to start eating up that gap with those fresh tires. He may have a good lap times and good pace, but you just can't battle with a truck, you know, that has tires 30-some laps fresher. They're definitely going to eat up your advantage that you have. And so it'll be interesting to see how he plays this out here. Now it's just over a second back from Seba Corns. Corns is now in second position. He's trying to open up a nice gap. He's 0.8 ahead of Sean McLaughlin. And there's a lot of battling still going on with the 46.75 and the 10 there. That lap car, I believe, who is that? I think that's a 27, Mike Simon. No, it's not Mike Simon. Who is that? If I can see who that was. There's Bonnet, there's Greg Moore. Okay, that was Stevie Wood that's right behind him there. He's not on the lead lap, but he is. That's a shame. He's not on the lead lap. But, oh, somebody got loose. That was the 76, 75, and Dave Bonnet. Boy, he really, and then Wood went on by. He showed a little damage on the front of that truck. He might have got into somebody at some point. The left front of the grill on that Ford, on that Toyota, I'm sorry, is a little banged up there. Now, he might have, I don't know, he might have hurt his tires, you know, when you slide like that. And, you know, you can hurt those tires and you know, kill them a little bit. Oh, and now he's getting into the wall. He's in a little bit of trouble here now. Dave Bonnet, he's still in the 5th spot, but the lead trucks are starting to pull away from him. AJ Green is over 2 seconds behind him, but he's going to try to gather it together here and keep pressing on. He is doing good to stay ahead of Green. He's still 2.3 seconds ahead of the 07. And it is actually starting to build up once again. little unfortunate there, got into the wall. Meanwhile, Kevin Mahoney Jr., he's still just over a second, 1.3 seconds ahead of second place Stephen Corns. Corns now, wow, he's 2.5 seconds ahead of Greg Moore. Moore's got his hands full with the 46 of Sean McLaughlin. Stevie Wood racing along behind him there. There's the ride along with McLaughlin here. We're 55 laps into this 90-lap event. These laps are clicking off rather fast. Man, you think they're at a short track as fast as these laps are clicking off here. Let's look a little further back in the field here. There's Dakota Moniz running 10th. Now he's got a couple of lap cars behind him, Simon and Armijo. He's got Brian Kozad directly in front of him. It's like a couple of tenths of a second. They're racing for position. Kozad in that 9th spot. Jad Khalifa is in the 8th spot ahead of them. He's got a second lead over Brian Kozad for that 8th position. A little further back, there's Gerald Space, who's running along in 12th. Adam Elshire, who's in the 13th position. Travis Eccles back there in the 14th spot. Michael Pompeo, he's 1 lap down. Steve Wood, who's also showing 1 lap down. Simon, so okay, what happened to Mike Simon? Simon is he's 2 laps down. He's still running. Meanwhile, up the front, your leader, Kevin Mahoney Jr., now has a 2.6 second gap on second place Seba Corns. There he is right there. You can see how far behind he is. Boy, he is really extending that lead. He is definitely going to maximize that gap for what very well could be a final green flag pit stop. Boy, they're battling behind him there. There's McLaughlin and Moore battling for position. And Wood not only lead lap, but right behind him. He's hanging tough, hanging in with the leaders there. He would definitely be the lucky dog should a caution come out. David Bonnet's quite a ways back. You know, he had those little tangles with the outside wall there and lost a lot of momentum and time. Right now, though, he's still fairly comfortable in the 5th spot there. I'm about to say he had a second on AJ Green, but now it's 9/10 of a second. Green right there is starting to close in ever so slightly. Who knows? It could be damage or just a combination of maybe some damage being occurred from hitting the wall and just normal tire degradation now. As AJ tries to catch up to the 75. There's Ryan Ferraro. He's comfortably in that 7th position. He's 8 seconds behind AJ Green, but just over a second ahead of Jad Khalif. Okay, there's Christopher Buds. He's coming in for green flag pit stop here on lap 61. Adam Elshire is also coming in. So far, those are the only 2 that I see making their way down pit road. Kevin Mahoney Jr. continues to lead. Boy, he has stretched that gap out to 4.3 seconds on second place Greg Moore. Let's see how Moore is doing. He still has his hands full with Sean McLaughlin there. McLaughlin is not getting him a moment's rest. Now lap 63. I think we see some more folks. Okay, they're just coming, they're exiting. Those are the guys that were on pit road. And they're going to go by them. Elshire and Blood there, I believe. Had to check out just a little bit where he really, Laughlin is caught up to the 10 of Greg Moore. Now you'll see that's one of the trucks that was out of Aylshire. He's got those fresh tires. That's what I was talking about earlier. No matter how much better your pace is, you get out there with a truck that has tires that are about 30 laps younger than yours. Even if he was a slower driver overall, he is just going to drive by everyone else. And they're getting on the bike. Oh no, Moore goes into he didn't go into the wall, but I'm wondering, he might get a penalty for unsafe pit entry. Got on the binders way too much, got sideways. He didn't have a collision, but oh man, that was a very costly mistake there for the 10 truck. McLaughlin's already getting his right side's on, left side's getting ready to go on now. Moore is just getting to his pit stall. The right sides are going on. McLaughlin's already down and away. There's not McLaughlin, but Moore still sitting on pit road, getting his left sides on. I think he's serving a penalty. He might be serving a penalty for unsafe pit entry. There's Brian Kozad making his way down. Mahoney Jr. is still your leader. Gary Armijo right in front of him there, not on the lead lap. And last time he stopped was lap 35, so he's pretty much in that window of where he stopped before right now. He may try to extend it even further. His gap is now 5.1 seconds ahead of Seba Corns. Corns now in second position. There he is, and there's Corns just now getting ready to go, come out of turn 2 there, actually. Chad Khalif, he's up to the 3rd spot, but he has yet to stop. He's only stopped one time. So he'll be up there for right now, but when they cycle around, he'll fall back down the order. Here comes your leader. Kevin Mahoney Jr. got down on the brakes. No errors entering pit road, making his way down. See, the Corns also came in. And they're coming to their pit stall. There he is. And there's Kevin Mahoney. Left side's going on the 66 truck. There are more folks coming down. Jad Khalif, Mike Simon look like he's coming in. And they're down and away. Okay, that Michael Tempere, he's coming down. Mike Simon, he's in his pit stall. Jad Khalif, we pitted. Right now, Travis Eccles is your leader, but he pitted back on lap 36, so he's definitely going to have to come in before this race is over. All of this is part of that green flag pit stop cycle, which will most likely, now Kevin Mahoney Jr. is showing in 3rd position, and he's only, he's just under 8 seconds behind Eccles. So yeah, when Eccles stops, he's definitely going to eat up that gap. And it's also showing Stevie Wood in the 2nd spot. I think Eccles is going to come in now. There's Stevie Woods. I think he's going to inherit the lead as Eccles comes into pit road. Eccles just entered pit road right there, and that's going to hand the lead to Stevie Wood. And he is about just around 3 seconds ahead of Mahoney and McLaughlin and Corns, but they all, still have to stop. Lap 71. Now Stevie Wood's going to give up that lead once again to Kevin Mahoney Jr. And now his gap to McLaughlin is only 1.8. They both have stopped for the 2nd time, which will probably be the last time. Mahoney, he stopped on 68. McLaughlin stopped on lap 64. So really, Kevin Mahoney, the guy that's chasing him for second position, his tires are 4 laps older. So, and the pace that he's been running, he may be able to just control this race from here on out. And in a situation like this, this is one of them situations where you definitely don't want to see a caution. You just want this thing to run out to the end. And boy, they're really getting close now. Lap 73. Making his way out of turn 4. Come down to the line to start lap number 74. Mahoney's first, and there's Sean McLaughlin. He's coming down to cross the line there. Well, actually going into turn 3 and 4. Steve Corns in third. There's AJ Green. He's battling with David Bonnet for that 4th spot. They're quite a ways behind your leaders. Green is like 12 seconds. They're both like 12 seconds behind Mahoney. So they're pretty much battling for position right here. Dakota Moniz is running back. He's in the 6th position. He's got Ryan Ferraro half a second behind him. So he's going to want to try to get away from the 12 truck. And Adam, I think that's Gerald Space right behind Ferraro in that white 8 truck. And of course, he's not on the lead lap. Laying there in blue. Further back there, Brian Kozad. Now he's battling with Adam Ailshire for that 8th position. Oh boy, the 11, boy, got a little squirrely there coming off of that turn 4. They've got the 8 car, Gerald Space, 5 seconds down the road from him. And Kozad, he's got the 27, Mike Simon, between him and Ailshire in the 11 truck. So that's acting like a little bit of a buffer. Here comes Ailshire trying to see if he can get around that 27. He's going to go on the high side. Mahoney's still leading. He's like over 2.5 seconds ahead of McLaughlin. We're going to watch this action here a little bit. They're starting to close in. There's Jad Khalif. He's getting closer to them as well. He's in the 10th spot. Closing in on Ailshire and Kozad. See if we can pick up a spot here running in the top 10. Oh boy, I saw Ailshire tangle with that apron just a little bit. That truck's looking a little squirrely. Trying his best to try to get in there. See if he can get past the 11 car there. I want to give a shout out to the folks in the chat there. Thanks for tuning in. Kevin Mahoney continues to lead. Now make it a 4-second gap between him and Sean McLaughlin. Steve McCorn's back there in the 3rd spot. Now where is okay, I'm looking at, here's all your leaders. There's Greg Moore. He's running down in 15th position, and he's a lap down. He was running with the leaders, so I'm not sure exactly what happened to him. There's no reports of him having any problems going off the track. Well, actually, it did show him going off the track on lap 64. I guess I missed that one. That might have been when he spun going into pit road. I think that's what hurt his positioning, though. He lost a lot of time, and then he also had that penalty. That's what happened, I believe, there that got him back that far. Otherwise, he definitely would have been up there battling for a win for sure, because, I mean, he was trading blows with the leaders big time. But now he's stuck back in 15th spot, 1 lap down. And Mahoney, he's right there. Getting ready to go into turn 3. Enjoying almost a 6-second gap on Sean McLaughlin. McLaughlin there, oh, he's comfortably in the second spot. Lapped cars ahead of him. Steve Corn just 3 seconds behind him. There he is there. Adam Elshire. Oh, split. I thought I saw some smoke, and he spun on pit road. Now I think he just decided to tow back to his pit stall. Let's see. Yeah, showing him now on pit road. Now lap 84. There's AJ Green in the 4th spot. He's still battling with David Bonnet. They've been battling all race long. They've got some lap cars in front of them. Bonnet may see if he can use that to his advantage as they catch. Boy, that's a nice little pack of lap cars in front of them. We'll see what happens when they catch up to him here. That's Michael Pimpere in the 13 truck, directly in front of AJ Green. I believe that's Stevie Wood, and then the head of him is the 72 of Travis Eccles. And they're all ahead of those lead lap trucks, AJ Green and David Bonnet. And as they continue to try to see if they can make their way around, Kevin Mahoney Jr., well, I tell you, he comes around this time. It's going to be lap 87. He's going to be getting the white flag here in a little while. He's got, it was showing 8 seconds, and now it's like 7.9. Might as well call it 8. Boy, he is just really taking command of this race and absolutely checked out. Now 87 laps on the books here. Seaborn-Corns, no pressure at all. Well, I'm not going to say that too, because Sean McLaughlin is only a second behind. And there's no one between him. Now make it 2 seconds. I'm sorry, make it 2 seconds. McLaughlin trying to catch that 15 truck. He is quickly running out of laps here. About 3 to go. And AJ Green is actually in 4th place, but he's 17 seconds back. And he's still mired behind some lapped cars, Pimpere Wood, and I think somebody else up there. Bonnet hasn't been able to pass him, but he hasn't been able to get around those lap trucks either. Meanwhile, here comes Kevin Mahoney Jr. coming down to the line to start lap number 89. He should be getting the white flag to go next time unless we get a caution here, which is highly unlikely. There's Corns. He's coming down across the line for the penultimate lap here.
Caution, caution.
Oh, no. Can you believe it? Oh, my goodness. Caution. And that was Michael Pimpere. Unbelievable. I didn't see that coming, folks. I mean, these guys, they are really good at some caution-free running, and I truly did not expect that one. There's the 8 car. Looks like Gerald Space is crawling across the infield there, making his way back to pit road. Let's take a look at Gerald Space and see if we can see what happened here. I'm sorry, not Gerald Space. Let's take a look at Michael Pimpere here. Okay, let's run it back here a little bit. I think they got together. Let's see. There he is, and there's the 17 and Stevie Wood right behind him. Let's see. Is there anything going on in front of him? No. Okay, it looks like he might be heading up towards the wall. I think he might have lost the handle on that truck, and he's going to tag that outside wall, and it's going to just. I don't know did he make contact? I think he might have managed to stay off the wall, but he turned down into the 17. And now that's definitely going to send him up to the wall. And there's the 7 and the '07 and the 75 managed to get by. He's trying to lock it down. I don't think anybody else is around him from the looks of it. Oh no! And what's going to happen here? Oh, wow! He gets rear-ended. Oh my! Gerald Space just clobbered him there. I thought he would maybe go high or go low. He would look like he was coming to a stop. He was in the middle lane, but it was room to go high or low. But just, I guess the '08 just couldn't turn that truck. Sometimes it seems easy to just say, oh, just turn the truck left or right. But when you're carrying a lot of speed at this track, it's kind of hard to make that happen. Let's take it live here. Oh, my goodness. What? Okay, Mahoney didn't need that. He did not want that at all. That is definitely not what he was looking for. And then we're going to have our first green-white checker attempt. And let's see, the lights, they're going to have at least one more lap of caution here before they go green. And this is going to bunch the field up. And while they're doing that, we're gonna take a very quick break. You're watching the Last Night's Truck League here on Rice Motorsports TV.
With the Bucket Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
All right, we're back here for the Last Night's Truck League, and I think the lights are getting ready to go out here at Texas Motor Speedway. As we cross the line, and yep, here we go. This is gonna be it, folks. Well, it'll be attempt number 1 at a green-white checker finish. And I tell you, boy, Kevin Mahoney, he was just cruising to a win. Absolutely cruising to a victory. And, we've seen him get some good restarts. He can definitely make a little bit of a gap. We're going to see who has the quick right foot this time. This is almost like drag racing now. Who's going to have the best reaction time? Now, I'm thinking maybe the restarts are on the leader, so that'll give him a little bit of an advantage, perhaps. But, oh, boy, I tell you, we'll see. The whole pack is bunched up here, making their way down the backstretch. They only have 2 attempts at this, and I kind of think they'll get it done on the first one here. Let's see what happens. Mahoney, Corns, McLaughlin, A.J. Green, Ferraro, Bonnet, Dakota Moniz, Kozad, Khalifa, and Buds are your lead lap trucks. Pace car is in. And Mahoney, he drops the hammer. Boy, you could see McLaughlin get a little bit of wheel spin there, trying to get a good start. Mahoney, boy, he just really, like I said, he has just been super, on those restarts, and he has just really cranked it open. Now it's going to be the question, can they catch him? Here comes Seba Corns. Boy, and there's A.J. Green on the outside, taking a look at that 15. Mahoney, Kevin Mahoney Jr., he's going to love that, man. You guys keep battling it out here. White flag in the air for Kevin Mahoney Jr. There's A.J. Green taking a hard look at the 15. Seba Corns is trying to move in on the 66 as well. Don't know if he's going to catch in the turn 3, but he's got the 07 to worry about as they come down to turn 3. Mahoney's still blinking. He's starting to blink a little bit. He just needs that connection to hold on a little bit more. Here comes Seba Corns. It's not going to be enough time. Mahoney Jr. is going to get to the line first. He's going to be your winner here tonight at Texas. Kevin Mahoney Jr. holds on to win by 0.162 seconds over Seba Corns. And now it's time to do a few donuts. And I'm looking to see if okay, there's Kevin Mahoney. We got to move him up to victory lane here, and we're going to head on up there ourselves. Okay, folks. Yeah, we're in here at victory lane with our top three: Kevin Mahoney Jr., Seba Corns, and AJ Green. Hey, Kevin, you got a copy?
Hey there, Tony. I got you.
Man, I tell you, great day, man. You just opened up on the guys there near the end of the race, and man, having that huge gap, and it really paid off for you. I know you weren't looking for that caution flag.
I got so nervous when that came out, just bummed out. Relaxed a little bit, and we were all on old tires at the end there, and I thought Seba and AJ there had something. Hey.
Yeah, I tell you, man, but you know, you had really been, we'd seen you get some really great restarts, and boy, I tell you, I think that would save the day for you this time too, man, because you were off like a rocket that last time as well.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like I wasn't sure when to go on that to see if I could catch those guys or not, catch them off guard or something.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got, Butt Kicker, Monster Tech, Midwest Motor Customs, still got their paint scheme on the truck here, and then a McConey Setup Shop, helping the guys run the league here, and then you guys up in the booth, broadcast. Do a great job.
10-4, man, and congratulations. We're going to let you celebrate, and we'll see you next week, and see what you do next week. Hey, AJ, you got a copy. I'm sorry, where's Seba? Seba, you in here?
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah, 10-4. Hey, congratulations on that second place finish. Man, I thought you might have had something for him there. You were getting close. Now, let me ask you, was he distracting you there just a little bit?
Yeah, I was trying to block AJ a little bit, but with a couple laps, I think I could have gotten to the back of Kevin there, but he was just too good today. Anyways, it was a solid points day. I got to catch up to the top 10 there to make that playoffs. So, nice solid day there. We'd like to thank Butt Kicker, Midwest Motor Customs, Marconi Setup Shop, and then everybody who sponsors this league. Great league, great people. Excited for next week.
Absolutely, and those folks at Monster Tech as well, and thank them for their support.
Monster Tech,
And and but yeah, man. So yeah, hey, you gave your shout outs and congratulations on that second position.
Thank you.
Hey, AJ, you got a copy?
Copy.
Man, I tell you, and you were coming there, man, and I did something. Did you get like a no, that was somebody else got a pit road penalty there and stuff. But man, I tell you, you guys were back and forth so much even at the beginning of the race, and I tell you, man, it almost seemed like it could be anybody's race. And did you think you might have just lost some position there somewhere along the way?
Yeah, I think lap 1 I got loose, and I think I threw out the first caution of the race. So, I ever since that I kind of pushed my way back up to the front with each pit and each caution.
Yeah, man, you definitely stormed your way back up to the front, and I know, like Siva said, you were putting some pressure on him there, and it was getting to the point. I think even Kevin might have been getting a little nervous, like, oh man, these guys just might catch me here at the end.
Yeah, there was maybe a few more laps, and the difference could have been a big. There could have been a big, really interesting. But if there was another green white, I don't think I would have made it on fuel. So that would have been interesting.
Okay, yeah, because you guys are going about what 36, 36, 37 laps or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were watching that too, man, and that was that's the thing I like about the green flag pit stops, because now it's all about who can make the tires last. And was it more the tires or the fuel, and how did the tires hold up through the run?
I think it was more tires, and you didn't really have to worry about fuel too much. And the tires throughout the race, I think if you started moving up the track, I think you would save more because more
Mm,
people were running the middle.
right,
So the middle was starting to form, and that's what I used pretty much the late half of the race to catch up to people.
right, okay. Yeah, there's always some strategy. It's more than just people driving around in circles. And anybody who's never done it, uh, don't knock it till you try it, folks. There's a lot going on out there, and the guys can tell you that for sure, man. But anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to my teammate Travis. He did good. Shout out to all the sponsors, and that's it. Shout out to my family too. They were watching.
10-4. Congratulations on that third spot, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Okay, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up the finishing official results here. And Kevin Mahoney Jr., your winner. Seba Corn second. AJ Green third. Ryan Ferraro fourth. Dakota Moniz with a top 5 finish. David Bonnet sixth. Jad Khalif seventh finishing position there. Sean McLaughlin eighth. Brian Kozad ninth. Christopher Buds 10th. Travis Eccles 11th. Greg Moore 12th. Stevie Wood 13th. Gary Amisho 14th. Mike Simon 15th. Gerald Space in 16th position. Michael Pimpere 17th. Adam Ailshire in that 18th position. And let me scroll that down so we can see where the rest of them are. Oh, I think that's it. It was only 18 trucks. My bad. Yeah, it was 18 trucks out there tonight. And so yeah, that's gonna do it there, folks. And well, I tell you, really appreciate you joining us here tonight for the race. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and so that you'll always know when we're going green. And for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.